Hello everyone, welcome to RDSC CBSE. This is Ravinder Dundra. In this lecture, we will discuss about this class 10th social science geography first topic, resources and development. In that, we will see about this agenda 21. In the last lecture, we have seen about development of resources. In that, we have seen what happens if resources are overutilized. Then, we have also seen about first International Earth Summit, which was held in Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. In that, we have seen what leaders discussed in that International Earth Summit, and there all these world leaders, they have formulated something known as Agenda 21, which means what we are supposed to do in this 21st century. What is the objective of 21st century? So this Earth Summit, it happened in 1992, which means it was in 28th century. So what is the objective we have to achieve in this 21st century? For this, all the leaders, they joined in this something known as United Nations Conference on Environment and Development, which was held in this Rio de Janeiro in the year 1992. That the main aim of this conference was to fight against environmental damage. You all know we are facing different types of environmental problems, as I told in the last lecture. For example, you can take global warming, you can take what is that ozone layer depletion, and you can also take this pollution as well as land degradation. So to fight against these kind of environmental problems, all these leaders, they have joined in this conference. That is the first thing. And second thing is about this poverty, where people are still living under this poverty, which means not having proper basic needs. Therefore, to avoid this poverty or to remove this poverty, they have signed in this Agenda 21. And last and very important thing is about this, to fight against these diseases. You all know day by day we are facing different types of diseases. For example, right now the entire world is facing this corona situation. So like this, whenever any disease which occurs for the entire world, all these countries, they have together joined to fight against these kind of diseases. So to fight against these three things, they have signed in this Agenda 21. Then very important thing is, what is the major objective of this Agenda 21? What they are trying to achieve in this Agenda 21? So the major objective was every local government should draw its own local agenda. That means each and every country, they should have their own agenda. Apart from this main agenda, each and every country, they should have their own agenda to fight against these things. Then in the last lecture, we have also discussed about two important things. One is sustainable development, and we have also seen about this resource planning. In the last lecture, very clearly we have seen what is sustainable development, which means the development which should take place without damaging the environment, and which should also save the resources for future generation. Then the next thing which we are supposed to discuss is about this resource planning. What is this resource planning? Why we are supposed to use this resource planning? Is there any necessary? And if yes, how we are supposed to go for this resource planning? First, if you take our country like India, this resource planning is very necessary. Why it is necessary is, just let me take an example and you can understand very easily. Why? Because if the resource planning is not there, means we cannot use resources properly. Some people may overutilize, some people may not have this access to resources. So in order to use these resources carefully in a judicious manner, we require resource planning. This is how we require this resource planning is, we'll see with an example. For example, if you take our country like India, we have certain regions where the resources are highly abundant. For example, if you take Chota Nagpur Plateau, this region, it is highly suitable for coal as well as iron. Then even if you take these states like Rajasthan, here the solar energy as well as wind energy is highly available. Then even if you take this northeastern part states like Arunachal Pradesh, here the water resources are also highly abundant. But there are some other regions in India where resources are not at all available. So if there is no proper planning, if there is no proper way of using the resources, then only the resources will be in the hands of few people. Then one more disadvantage this is also is that for example, our region, states like Rajasthan, if it is very good in solar and wind energy, but here it is not having water resources. Then, if you take this place like Arunachal Pradesh, it is having more and more water resources, but it is not having what is that other infrastructural resources. So, therefore, we have to adjust whatever the resources are available in our country in different ways. For this, the resource planning is very important. Now, we will see how resource planning is taking place in India. What is the method we are following in India? The first and very important step about this resource planning in India is that identification and invention of resources. That means we have to identify the resources as well as we have to invent these resources. But how we are going to take this step? How we are going to take is that the first very important step is this surveying, which means we have to do a proper survey in identifying as well as inventing these resources. Then after identifying and inventing through surveying, we have to go for something known as mapping, which means we should have proper mapping where the resources are available, what quantity is available. Then third very important step is that estimating these resources, and how we will estimate is two different ways. One is what is the quality of resources, whether they are having highest quality or lowest quality. Then second thing, what is the quantity of resources, that means up to what amount of resources we can extract from that particular place. What is the size? So we have to estimate both quality as well as quantity. Then next step is that evolving proper planning structure with technology, skill and institutional setup. After doing this surveying, mapping, estimating, the next step, that is the second step, is that we should have proper technology and institutional setup in extracting these resources. That means we should have proper technology, proper infrastructure, proper institutions to extract these resources. So that is the second and very important step in resource planning in India. Then third very important thing is matching resource development plans with national development plans. That means for every country usually they'll have their own national development plans. For example, if you take, we have 5-year plans in India, and these 5-year plans, or we also have sometimes annual plans. So these 5-year plans or annual plans, they should be matched with resource development plans. That means whatever the plans we are having in resource development, these plans, they should be matched with national development plans. And if these are not matching, means again there may be a financial disturbance in the country. Therefore there should be a match between resource development as well as national development plans. Otherwise what happens is that again there is something, financial clash may occur in this country. So once again, if you take in this lecture, we have seen about this Agenda 21 as well as resource planning in India. In the next lecture we will see about this conservation of resources. Thank you.